Boots Greene podcast. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. What up, everybody? We back again, man. It's your boy Boots Greene. You know how we do. You always got a family member. You know, majority of times it is a family member. So today we have a brother, a real brother from another mother, man. I toured the world with this dude, with Pharrell Williams, and you know, we've definitely looked out for each other on numerous amount of gigs and shown each other love, man. So I need y'all to give a huge like a huge serious round of applause for my brother, Darrell Robinson.
What up?
Shut up. What up? What's up, man? What's going?
I'm good, man. I'm on my Martin thing, doing what up?
Right. What up? Where you at, man? What you doing?
Man, I'm driving, man. I'm going through fun. About to go to the store, get some fresh clothes, you know what I mean? Getting hot out, Doc. I gotta stay fresh.
Getting hot outside. It sure is. I'm about to get my skinny shorts. You know, I'm a skinny dude. I can't get the baggy shorts. Got some skinny shorts. But yo, man. So look, you know, I know everybody's been really waiting for this interview for a minute, because I've been getting some texts and some DMs and emails like, yo, I would love to hear what you and Darrell, you know, like, hear you guys, how things happen, blah, 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 NERD, all this, and like, you know, whatever. So I said I had to get you on here. So since you're on here, I mean, I guess we could start there, man. Like, you know, people that know us from back in the day, you know we did the double drum set thing and all that. And I gotta say, of course, it was an honor and a privilege, one, because, you know, of course, we knew each other for a minute before doing that. And I don't know, man. Like, how did you feel about that whole experience, bro?
Man, I feel like, you know, while we were doing it, I just felt like happy. I felt excited every night. I was enthusiastic, you know, to go on stage with my brothers every night.
Right.
You know, with folks that, you know, listen to music the same way and understand it the same way and execute at a high level, man. That was just really, really like a privilege for me to be around, you know, you know what I'm saying, and Wayne and June and Ray. It was a really great experience. And you know, on top of that, Pharrell is just a great artist, and Shay and Chad, man. It was like we was like one big family. So I really felt like we was going on stage, you know, as brothers every night and destroying. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, a lot of people, when I see two drummers playing, right, I see a lot of sometimes it's like competition, or sometimes like they're not listening to one another. I think that both of us put our egos to the side, and we played for the good of the music, man, and the authenticity and all that kind of stuff, man. So it was a pleasure, bro, to be honest.
Yeah, same here, yo. I mean, cats don't know, boy. We was we was in some stuff, boy. We was in the remember that Sprinter van we was in when we was in Europe.
Yep. We was hustling, dude.
Yo, we was really hustling, man. We was in the Sprinter van going like in Europe, doing a whole European tour, festival to festival, man. Like, but it was like you said, it was dope because we got to experience all those things together. You know what I'm saying? And yo, tell everybody, if you don't mind, man. Like, tell everybody. Remember that time when we did? I think it was, I want to say Scotland or something like that. And remember that time when P told us he wanted us to be his drummers?
Oh, so that was in Japan.
Oh, that was Japan. Okay.
So that's just like 2006. When we was playing, we were just filling in for the Roots because they did all the TV stuff.
Right.
This is when Pharrell came out with In My Mind and Can I Have It Like That was the first single. And, you know, Amir and the Roots, they did all the TV stuff, and then but they couldn't go overseas because they were busy as a band, you know what I mean?
Right.
So they basically made June the MC, and then he called us, and we were just supposed to be filling in for them just for the Pharrell stuff. And so I remember, like it was yesterday, we was all on stage, and when we first met Pharrell, he walked on during the sound check, and, you know, he shook everybody's hand, And we was just, we cool because we from Philly.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't nobody was extra, but inside, I know, I was super excited, because he was one of my top producers. Yeah, because he was like an NERT fan, which is crazy. So, make a long story short, we played the first show. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. But we were really reserved, and we was kind of watching.
I remember that.
And watching film and seeing how far we could go. And then before the second show, me and you looked at each other, man, I was like, yo, let's just go in. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is all we got, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then we just did us. The second show, now I don't mean go in like go for blood and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
I mean go in like be ourselves, play with feel, and really kind of fill the music up and like we would normally play. It wasn't like a chapter, it wasn't a shed, so I don't want nobody to misunderstand that. Mm-hmm. But I just want everybody to understand that we just went in as far as we just played like how we play normally, you know what I'm saying? And we had, it was Phil, it was creative, and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So after the show, we're walking behind the stage, and he was like, yo, man. He was like, yo, y'all niggas killed it tonight, man. He was like, yo, good looking. He was like, y'all niggas need to F around be my drummers.
Right, I remember that now, yeah.
That's how we got the gig, yo. We've been with P ever since, man. 2006.
Right. God is great, man. Like, you understand, man. That was a lot. For me, that was crazy because I remember I was in a van. I was doing Gerald Veasley. I was playing with Gerald Veasley at the time, yo. And I was in the van, and June called me, and he told me about it. And he was like, yo, I want you to do this gig with me. It's going to be me, you, and so-and-so. And then when he said you, I was like, huh? I was like, how we going to do this, John? I was like, because I ain't never do a double drum set gig, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, was we going to do electronics and something, whatever, or acoustic, and that was the dope part. Because I remember in the beginning, you started off with having, like, what was, like, the electric kit. I played electric kit, you played acoustic kit. Because it was almost like the Amir and Frank was playing double kit, so that's how he kind of got us to do it. Okay. But I think I want to shout out June for being forward thinking and saying, okay, you know what I mean? Because he could have put a percussionist on as well. Right. But he was like, yo, let me get two guys that play drums that I think can play together and complement each other. You know what I mean? So he was forward thinking enough to do that, and it worked. You know what I mean? Yeah, definitely, yo. That's for real. That definitely a huge shout out to OG Junius Burbine, man. He'll be on here soon. He'll be on here. But so with that being said, man, I know, of course, people knew or heard that, of course, I kind of ventured out and, did my own thing, and, you stayed with P, and that's a legacy, man. That's a real, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some real legendary stuff, bro. Because me personally, like I said, knowing you as my brother and knowing the history of, like, like the NERD and knowing how Pharrell was been moving, and every show since then, you've been the guy. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? I commend you on that, and I thank you for being that dude still in that seat. You know what I'm saying? Like one of the faces that was there. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Like how do you feel about that, man? That you still there, that you still around to see the transitions and where he's at now and all of that. Like, how does that feel?
Man, I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful to God, and I'm grateful to the Pharrell camp. Mm-hmm. One thing about me is I'm always going to be myself. Right. And I feel like that, Pharrell and his camp understands that, and they kind of like the guy that I am because I'm going to always tell the truth. I mean, now, if, we do what we got to do, you know what I'm saying? Because, he got this second wave, and he reinvented himself, and he had a lot of success. Right. You know what I mean? So, but, and it's been great. I mean, his whole situation, his whole camp has, stepped up like 10 times, man. It's like so now. It's like a well-oiled machine, but I do long for the days, to go back to how we was all together and we was, having fun making music. Mm-hmm. And I think that's come back, you know what I'm saying? But it's been great, man. Pharrell's given me, a myriad of opportunities, and we just try to take advantage of them and capitalize. He's a great dude, man. You know that.
Right,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
And he's loyal, so you know what I mean. If you're loyal to him, he'll be loyal to you.
Yeah.
And I think that you know, we'll be there as long as we want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yup. That's what's up, man. And I seen him the other day at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know, we talked for literally for 2 to 3 minutes, but it was it just felt good to see dude, man. You know what I mean? The same face, he still looked like he's 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? It was it was just good to feel that energy real quick, because once I walked in, it was just oh, snap, Boots, what up? And it was I almost cried like a little girl. I was like, yo, this is you, man. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
it is dope that, you know what I'm saying, that you're there, man. And I'm grateful to know you, you know, to know that, you know, to know the whole history and all that, man. But, you know, aside from that, man, tell these young cats, you know, if you don't mind, what does it really take, you know what I'm saying, from your perspective to really get there, to really be, you know, in that seat? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them always want to ask us these questions. How can I get the gig? How can I get where you at? Blah, blah, blah.
I think it's really, I've been thinking about this a lot, man, because it's a lot of guys, and I'm just, you know, all I know how to do is keep it 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I know how to
Right.
do, man. But it's a lot of guys worldwide, as you look at YouTube or that you see locally, that have great skill sets for chops and stuff like that. But I think what they miss is the foundational and just the origin of the drums. The drummer is there to keep time. That's what we're there for. You know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot of us, sometimes when we hear music, we don't listen to it the correct way, and we don't try our best to play the music as authentically as possible. And I think, you know, and I know for sure that's how me and you won with Pharrell, because first of all, you was an NERD fan, so he like, yo, let's play Maybe, and you just played it. You know what I'm saying? Just like the record.
Right.
But at the same time, you played it like the record, but then you put Boots in there.
Right.
And Boots is like, you know, has this incredible feel and understanding for music, and knows when to be explosive and knows when to be reserved.
Right.
And that
Thanks, man.
that's what makes every individual musician special, because you have your thing, I have my thing. So, and then there was times during the show where though we would play, he would start singing a song because the crowd was NERD fans that we didn't never rehearse, but you was already a fan, so you would start playing the beat. So he's looking back at you like, yo, you're actually a fan, and that's how we won.
Right,
and the
that's
thing
crazy.
You didn't come on doing chops. You just playing the beat to the song.
Right.
And this is the thing, Pharrell is such a different case from any other artist because he produces his music.
Right.
So on top of him being a producer, he's a drummer too. You know what I'm saying? And he wrote the music. So you really have to make sure that you're playing the music the right way. Yeah. So I think, well, that goes back to my point. I think a lot of these great musicians, they have incredible chops, man. Like, I mean, ridiculous chops. You're like, yo, that's crazy.
Right.
Like, when he just did it, it's unbelievable. But then you hear him play, you say, you know, let's play this hip-hop groove or this breakbeat, and they can't do it. And it's just like, that's where a lot of cats is not winning.
Exactly.
Because your average, your artist, and your person, your average listener that comes to a show is not as musically creative and can't understand music the way that we perceive it. So man, they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, perfect example, like, you know, a good friend of mine, we used to listen to Kim Burrell, Everlasting Life back in the day. And you know, as a musician, we go crazy. And they was just like, I don't like her voice. She's doing too much. And in my mind, I just could never understand that. I'm like, do you understand how hard when she just did it?
Right.
But it's really not like that to most people. They don't want to hear all it. They want to hear it. They want to hear it as basic as possible with feel. Yeah. If you can do that, and then on top of that has crazy chop, then God bless you. And that's the type of drummer that you are, man.
Mm-hmm. For real. That's for real though. And that's crazy you say that, because a lot of times, people don't like you said, like, for instance, I'll be honest with you, I have students, of course, that come over and, of course they're students, so, they're learning, but it's like, it's crazy to hear, people's interpretation of a simple beat. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you put the beat on, you're like, all right, now play that. And they'll play 13 other things that's not in there. And you'd be like, wait, what's that? I don't hear, there's not even a hi-hat in there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, a lot of times that is, like you said, the case where, especially if you're playing for a producer or somebody that's very cognizant of their music, it's like, you can't just come in there on some, oh, this is what I hear. You know what I'm saying? No, you got to establish the beat and then give it your feel. Like you said, it's not about, them coming to see you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got to play this song that's on that CD. Or they're going to be like, yo, I paid this ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this beat? I don't know this. But
exactly. Exactly. And then another thing, not to cut you off, but another thing that happens is I feel like some of the musicians that haven't really kind of been working think that simple is corny. You know what I'm saying? They think like you playing a kick and a snare for the beat is whack if that's the record. And that don't make sense, because at the very end of the day, it's really about pleasing the artist, because that's who you're working with, that's who's cutting the check.
Yep.
It's not about pleasing your co-workers or your peers, because guess what? They didn't even pay to get into the venue because they got backstage passes because they know the band. You want to please the person that you're working for, and at the same time, make sure that you are happy with what you're doing. And if you have that mentality, I think that you'll be very, very good. You know what I mean?
Yep. That's true, D. Like, seriously, man. That's some real, real good words, man. Like, and it's simple, because it's a lot of times where like people, we notice, like, people don't pay, and, we look out for them, this and that. And then, or, cats wind up going for blood and this and that. It's like, you get pulled to the side. It's like, yo, can you bring it down a little bit? And it's like, there's no need for you to be that way, because, like you said, they didn't pay, and they sure not on the gig. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? But that's true, man. I definitely agree with that, man. And if you don't mind, like, can you tell us about, like, as far as when it comes to learning music and, you know what I'm saying, taking your time out and the seriousness of that, like when you get a call for a gig, and because I get that question a lot, like, seriously, on Facebook and all that, like, hey man, how do I learn a song? like.
So I think that everybody's different, right? So everybody learns differently, I should say, right? So for me, how I do it is, if I have if I have 10 songs to learn or whatever, and I don't, even if I heard the music before, and this is a whole other thing. Let's get this point across. Just because you heard the song before doesn't mean that you know the song.
Does not.
Okay?
Does not.
You don't know it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually have to sit down with the song and play the song.
Right.
Right? So perfect example. We did a Prince tribute for the Thanksgiving Shed, right? I heard I Want to Be Your Lover a million times. But when I started to play it, I was like, oh, I didn't even know he was doing all that.
Right.
Because listening and actually applying it and putting it under your hands is two different things. So I say all this. So when I listen to a song, right, I listen to it in its completion. And then I break it down. So if it's an intro, if it's like a complex intro, I'll just learn the intro. I'll learn the intro. When I become comfortable with the intro, I'll go into the verse. When I become comfortable with the verse, I'll play the intro and the verse. All right, I'm comfortable there. Boom. Then I'll go to the chorus, and so on and so forth.
Right.
To the bridge, vamp out, and I make sure that I got the whole complete song. Then I'll play it all the way through. Boom. Just like the record. Right. No chops, no nothing. Just like the record. Then once you, as you play, we've been playing for so many years. Once you play it for enough time, you know the record. So then you can start adding yourself into it and all that kind of stuff. And you say, I'm going to do this here, I'm going to do that there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how serious you have to take each and every song. So if it's 10 records, however long it takes you to do that, that's what you got to do. You got to break it down by sections of the song. You know what I'm saying? If it's an easy record, it's an easy record. Now, if I listen to a record and if it's like an 808 and it's the same pattern the whole way through, that's a different story. Right. But I'm talking about stuff that's a little bit more difficult. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so that's how I would do that.
That's actually a dope. It's funny you say that because, like, I didn't know that. That's not how I learned, but that's dope because shoot, I'm taking that kind of perspective and you know what I'm saying, like, and try that. But I mean, hey, y'all wanted to know, so he said it. You know what I'm saying? This is one professional that is letting you know how he gets it in, and you know what I'm saying, how to make it there and how to be loyal to the artist, and you know what I'm saying. You gotta. I hope y'all rewind this thing if you didn't hear it clearly, but. The main thing that...
Also...
Go ahead. Come on.
One more thing.
Come on.
So then, okay, there's songs that is maybe a live drummer playing, right? Mm-hmm. And there's a chop song, right?
Right.
But that chop isn't you. And you like, okay, I got to do a chop there because that's written into the music, right? That's going into a hit or whatever the case for the whole band. So I got to do something leading up to that, like a segue chop.
Right.
The thing is, I think what a lot of people do is say, I want to do something more difficult than that. Instead of saying, I need to do something that's comparable to that. That's just in that mode, you know what I'm saying? But it's me. Mm-hmm. Rather than saying, like, oh, I want to do that chop, but I want to do it crazier so that they can look back at me and say, oh, you did a better chop than the last drummer.
Right.
So I think you got to look at the chop and see, okay, that's what he did. All right, that's this type of feel. This is a triplet feel, so I'll give him my type of thing or whatever the case may be. But it has to be something like in that same mood because you don't want to change the feel of the music up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
That worked before, then it'll work when you play.
Exactly.
So keep it just like that, boom, 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 but just give it to your own spin. And I think that's a big part as well. And then too, man, a lot of cats don't know how to end songs. Yep. Every song don't have to end with boom. Some stuff don't end like that.
Right.
Some stuff this is
swell him out. Right. Swell him out.
Some stuff is just a choke. Boom. That's it.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really so those are the things that you have to really listen to and say, what does this song call for?
Right.
If it's a deep air on the record, why are you using a 10-inch hip-hop snare? That doesn't make sense, does it?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's real.
So these are the type of... You got to really kind of go into it like a scientist and say, okay, what do I need to do to execute this beat, you know what I mean, to the best of my ability and for everybody to be happy? It's that serious. If you ain't doing that, then you ain't playing drums. You know what I mean?
Right. What are you doing? That's real. That's real. Or you're just playing drums. You just hitting them. You just hitting drums. Like
you're playing drums, but you're not playing music. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, like you just smacking them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was a great one right there. Cause I'm glad you said that one. Cause I don't think nobody really said that one yet. Like that's very major key, man. Cause I hear that a lot where cats be like. It'd be the roles of life and then the ending, but it's like you just cluttered everything at the end. This is a good song, and you just cluttered it for 4 bars. Like
now, what I want to say too is, it's not fair how skilled you are at these type of things. Is what I'm talking about, because you just have a natural talent for knowing what's needed and what's not needed. That's true. Like seriously, dude. Like. You have a natural talent to say, okay, yeah, I don't need to play that, or I need to do this, and that, and this is going to make this more effective. Because this is the thing, like, when there's hits and songs like that all matters. Like, we got to, even though we're not playing the notes, we still got to make those peaks and valleys very, we got to make it efficient and productive, and we got to make it mean something.
Yeah.
And you are a master at that, and I think Spank is a master. He's definitely a master at that. Like understanding, okay, should I hit 2 cymbals here or 1? Like that's how deep we get into it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Real. That's very real.
Every cymbal crash have to be as hard as you can hit it. Some stuff is, light.
Thank you. That's true, bro. That's true.
You know what
man.
I mean? You have a natural talent for knowing, like, okay, because you're a very powerful player. But then, like, I keep thinking about maybe you play that song so gracefully, and then at the end you build, and that's another thing. You got to build the song.
Right.
It can't
Dynamics,
start off.
Man.
Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you're great at that, man. You're really good at that. Like understanding, like, okay, This song I'm gonna chill at the beginning. This song don't even need no time because it's so good of a song. I ain't even got to do nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
And it's funny you say that. It's no joke. It's funny that you say that because you're, to me, and this is real, and I'm, of course I'm being real because you're on this, John, but I've always seen you as like, and no offense to the king, Amir, Questlove is Questlove, but it's like, I always felt like you were Questlove with more music, you know what I'm saying? Like, or not more music, but more musically feel, you know what I'm saying? And you always had that pocket, and it's like the same thing. When Explode, when the, you know what I'm saying? Cats always know you to have the head bob, you know what I'm saying? Like, like if you had a pick in your head, you would have been Amir number 2, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, that's just the real of like how you saying people don't really understand that you have to know, you know what I'm saying, the music. You have to know the feel. You got to know the dynamics. You got to know the whole thing about music, man. It's not just you being a drummer, you got called, and it's like, all right, I'm about to murder this joint. It's like, no, you can murder it, but you know what I'm saying? You got to murder it in a dope way. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
So I totally thank you for the compliments, man. The comment. I'm just grateful to know you and to be able to, have this platform for you to express this, man. Because I think we all should be able to tell these kids and, even adults, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody that what it's hitting for, you know what I'm saying? But yo, D, let me say this too, man. Do you know, honestly, that it's like so many people out here that seriously loves your humility and, you know what I'm saying, like just you being you, man. Like ever since I met you, I know you always been the same way. Me and you always real with each other. But right. They know you, of course, from social media, or they might see you, but you're always the same way, whether it be on there, whether it be on, in real life. And, you know what I'm saying, like tell the kids, man, like how to remain humble, man. Because a lot of times we see it. It's a lot of cats, they kind of got things up their ass a little bit. That's just being real.
Yeah. I think that for me, man, I am completely and totally blessed by God
right.
to have this, you know what I mean, and to be able to kind of do all the things that I've done in this industry. I've been playing, professionally since I was 18 years old, man, and it's been a blessing, and I you remain humble because you understand that God gave it to you, and gifts come without repentance, right? So everybody can be gifted. It doesn't matter. If somebody more talented than me, if somebody more talented than that person, that's more talented than me. So once you understand that, and you understand, you just have to be a good person and love everybody, and then to whom much is given, much is required.
Right.
So if you've given all these things and you're being, egotistical or pretentious or gaudy and all that kind of stuff, it'll get taken away from you.
Right.
But when you remain with a humble spirit, God always bless you, man. Yep. You know what I mean? It's like, be not deceived. God is not mocked. Whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. And that just means basically whatever you put out there, you're going to get back, man. And I appreciate the love that I get from everybody. And I love everybody as well. And I try to put everybody on that I can, you know what I mean? Because not only do we play the drums, but we also produce, and we also are musical directors, you know what I mean? And we have an opportunity to look out for people to put them on. And, I this was such a dream of mine to even be on tour and to be endorsed and for rock and modern drummer and all of these drum magazines and getting sent free drums and sticks. I don't take that for granted at all because, I feel like it's because of God that we got that. And then also to be in a city with great drummers that we're cool with, that we're family with, you know what I mean? Me, you, Spank. Like, one thing that I decided when I did Sunday Night Live so many years ago is I didn't want to be your competition. I don't want you to be my competition.
Exactly.
I don't want you to be our competition. Let's just be cool, because the more we come together in unity, the more we all work, because everybody can't do, like, one person can't do 3 gigs, but 3 people can. So if I can't do it, I'm going to call, Boots, you got me?
Right.
Or you can do the same thing, boom, 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 and then it's one big family. There's no way anybody can get in between. Exactly. So I think that's, besides our playing skills and our skill set on NERD, what people saw from that was unity. And then also, if you remember, when we was on tour, Everybody wanted to hang with us. I'm talking about not just musicians.
Right.
Rihanna was on our bus. Chris Brown was on our bus. Kanye came on the fan bus.
Right.
Because
Damn,
of the unity.
The jukebox. Right.
There you go.
That's
there
true,
you go.
bro.
So I mean, so but those things, when I look back at it, man, I praise God, man, that he allowed us to come to this point, and we definitely want more. But if he doesn't do anything else, man, he's done enough.
That's true. That's man. If he hasn't done anything else, he has done enough. That's true, bro. That's it. And I hope y'all realize like what this band is saying, man. Cause this is all true. This ain't no talk, no podcast talk. This is real talk. This is how we talk for real. You know what I'm saying? And D, I love you so much, man. If you don't mind, can you huh?
I love you too, brother.
Brother, you know it, brother. Can you tell the world, like, for people who may not know you, like where they can find you at, where they can follow you and everything for social media purposes and all that?
What's up, y'all? This is Big Darrell Robinson. They call me Lil Darrell.
Right.
I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My Instagram handle is DARRELL Drums 215 at Darrell Drums 215 on Instagram and Facebook. And on, at Instagram and Twitter. And on Facebook, my name is Darrell Robinson Jr. Show me some love. I'll show you some love back.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I have a band called Contraband 215 with my brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm working on some other stuff. And so just so y'all know, the future, we done did all of the playing the drums and going on tour. The future now is about ownership.
Yep.
Us owning what we do. So Boots is his artist. Boots is going to blow because he's super duper talented. He sings, he plays the drums. He's one of the illest producers I know. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. That's real. And his musical IQ is through the roof. He's like Albert Einstein of music to me. You know what I'm saying? And so it's about ownership. It's about owning what you do. So if you got a band, if you're not on tour, that's okay. Put yourself a band together, make some hot music, because it got to be hot. Yep. We got to hold you accountable, so it got to be hot, and then put it out there. You might be the next big band, and we'll support you. We ain't hating. Nope. You know what I'm saying? Nope. And I want to show love to I got to shout out Amir Thompson. That's my favorite drummer in the world, man. I just respect what he's doing. The fact that he doesn't do any chops and he's worth more than pretty much all of us. That's you know what I mean? It's just the history that he's making. I think that's the kind of things I think about, fellas and ladies. So that's where I'm at. Ownership. Own what you're doing. Yep. If it's real estate, you know what I'm saying? If it's a band, if it's your production, make sure that you dig into your business. Make sure you're getting paid the proper rate, and and everything works out after that, man. Yep,
that's real, D. Yo, thank you so much for this real wisdom, man. This is great. I can't wait to hear this back. You know what I'm saying? But yo, Darrell Robinson, y'all heard the information, y'all heard the handle, y'all heard all of it. Yo, check it out. Rewind it. Tell your friends about it. Boots Greene, Darrell Robinson, we out, baby. Peace.